What's the marketing? Marketing is identifying, anticipating, and also satisfying customer needs. And it's important to identify the market for their products or services. In the marketing, it's important consider a group of activities, and therefore the process of research, planning, implementing, and reviewing strategies to meet customer needs. For example, in the market segmentation, it's important to identify the characteristics of customers, who your customers are, and it's important also to find what your customers want, desire, with the market research. And in the market research we identify the qualitative data, for example the description of the information, or opinions, comments, ideas. And in the qualitative data it's important also to say, for example, what do you like about the product and why, what's your favorite food. Whereas in a quantitative data is usually used numerical data, the number, and also it's used the statistic on the computer, for example when we studied at the university, the statistic of the ISTAT. And about the market research, we identified primary research and the primary or field research. It's important to collect the new data and information through the surveys, a popular method of collecting information using questionnaires, face-to-face surveys, telephone surveys, online surveys, or focus group desk marketing. And then there is another activity to consider, the marketing. And it's important therefore to produce a product or service that meets their needs. Then it's important to realize a product in the right place, and it's important to promote the product or service about the supply to persuade the customers to buy it, and calculating a price finally that customers will pay. Then what does market segmentation involve? Market segmentation involve in the exigence of the customers. That is, I explain that who your customers are, the characteristics of customers. Repeat. And why do companies carry out market research? Companies carry out market research identifying what your customers want, desire. And what's the objective of product promotion? Satisfying requests of customers. Okay, right. So what's the marketing mix? The marketing mix is the third step of marketing strategy. And it's important to underline that the marketing mix is applied after the market research, where you collect new data or information through the surveys and therefore the questionnaires, and it consists of 4 important factors: product, price, promotion, and place, added at other PS like people, physical environment, and process. Okay, and so about What's the mean of market map? Market map is a particular diagram, graphic, where it shows, identifies all the products available in the market in 2 dimensions that are important to satisfy the requests of the customers. For example, about quality and price, sample or end complex, low tech and high tech, necessary or luxury, and so on. And then another question, rapidly. What's the informative advertising? What's the characteristic of informative advertising? Informative advertising inform consumers about the existing of the product or services when the product is updated to relaunched. And in addition, informative advertising educate consumers. For example, about alcohol or the smoke of the cigarettes. It's important that informative advertising contains rule to the correct consumption of the consumer, in order to avoid the health risks associated with tobacco. And do you know something about persuasive advertising? About persuasive advertising, the aim is to invite consumers that they really need the product. And also about persuasive advertising, it's important to invite consumers to buy immediately the product through a clear language, and also with a slogan that is a repetitive expression of an idea or a purpose, thanks to the short words. And an example is subway, train, hard, eat fresh. An example of slogan with a clear language and a clear message. Right. So, what's the influencer? Influencer is about, for example, Instagram, or for example, virtual messages. Is not a real people, but is an animation who have more money, and it is and he isn't paid, but it's the business who are paid. Then influencer marketing is an expert about knowledge in their field, and instead about celebrity endorsement or sponsored social media. It's important to underline that I don't remember that celebrity endorsement create their own content by writing blog posts or shooting photos or videos. Okay, right. More or less is this. And about misleading advertising, what's an example of omitting information? An example of omitting information is when there isn't clear information about or real information about the knowledge, space or time, and also an example of omitting information is that the consumer look the information which are not essential, important. And then what is puffery? Puffery is an exaggeration about a product through the use of positives, superlatives, adjectives. For example, the best, the greatest, the most satisfying, in order to satisfy the consumer exigence. And also what happens when businesses use comparative adverts? Businesses use comparative adverts when, for example, the company compares the price of a basket of goods in their stores against what consumers would pay in a rival at a supermarket. And also when a company's product or service is presented as superior next to a competitor's. Sorry, teacher. Goodbye.